Guys, welcome to class. Hi guys, welcome to class. For those who have joined me today, welcome back. For those who are new, hello again. Yes, so hello to see, good to see you. So in this class, we're going to talk more about British idioms, the British English idioms, the kind of expressions we say with our friends, and also in more casual settings. So not kind of traditional official English, but more English that we'd say in the pub and things like that. So the topic is British English idioms, following on from two classes we had earlier for those who joined. But for those before you join, before you can participate in the class, I will send you the link to so you can reference it. Okay, we have Ali Akbar.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. Long time no see. How are you doing?
Okay, we have Ali Akbar. Sorry. Come again?
Long time no see.
Yes. The problem is I couldn't track your classes because I need only speaking.
And there's a lot of reading, yeah?
Yes, I'm forced to read from 50 to 60 pages in English every day. So I don't need reading. I don't need writing because I'm forced to write for maybe 40, 50 emails per day in English.
Yeah. So speaking is what you want. So more speaking. In fact, I'll take note of that.
Yep.
Do you have Facebook, Ali Akbar?
Okay, yes, I have.
If you can add me on Facebook, because comment always, yeah? So on something you want, if there's something particular you want to look at, please always comment, yeah? So it does influence how I plan. But okay, so you want more speaking, that's no problem. But Ali Akbar, good to speak with you again.
Thank you.
Okay, we also have Yassine. How are you, Yassine?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Not too bad. Good to speak with you again.
Thank you very much.
Cool. And Tara says good evening from Ukraine. Good evening. At the moment I'm in Germany, Tara, so good evening from Germany, but also good evening from the UK on behalf of our British fellow citizens. Okay, so Keen, good to speak with you.
Hi everyone.
Nice to speak with you again, Keen. How are you today?
I am fine. And you?
Perfect. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so good to speak with you. And we have Mustafa. Mustafa, can you hear us? Okay, we'll go to Key. Inga's back. Inga's back. Inga, can you hear us? Okay, in the meantime, we go to Hazel. Hazel, can you hear us? Oh, Inga can hear us. Okay, perfect. Good to speak with you again, Inga.
Thanks, me too.
Perfect. Okay, and Hazel's back. She managed to get a seat, but we can't hear you just yet. Just check your settings, we'll come back. Okay, so I think that's pretty much everyone. We've got Robert as well. Good to speak with you, Robert, again. And Yuki-san. Good to speak with you again.
Martin, good to speak to you.
Cool, Robert. Did we speak today, actually? Or was
Today, no, yesterday. Yesterday.
Okay, cool. So welcome back, Robert and Yuki.
Yes.
Yuki, can you hear?
Hi, Martin. I can hear you now.
Okay, Hazel, can you hear? Perfect. Yuki, can you hear? Is it working? Okay, he's gone. Maybe it's not working with his thing. So Hazel can hear. Perfect. Good that it's working. And everyone else is there. Okay, so in that case, let's make a start. Guys, in this session, we're going to talk about British English idioms. Yeah, so I'm sure you're probably aware of quite a few. Maybe you're more aware maybe of American idioms and things like this. But before we start looking at some that I've got for you, can you just tell me some that you're already aware of, some that you already know? So, Ali Akbar, could you tell us about some British idioms that you know, if you know some?
Yes, I know a couple. For example, he or she was born with silver spoon in his mouth.
What does it mean?
It means that he's a very fortunate man. I mean, luck is always on his side.
Luck is always on his side. Well, because he was born in a very privileged family. So,
Yep.
the queen was clearly born with a silver spoon in her mouth, meaning she was brought up in a very privileged family, very rich family. So to be brought up to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth means that you're born into a very rich family, and maybe you have life a bit easier financially than other people. Yeah. So to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Hazel, was that clear?
Yes, I heard.
Okay. So was anyone born with a silver spoon in their mouth?
Not me.
Not me too, yeah. So, okay, Yassine, do you know someone who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth and as a result has maybe found life a bit easier? Privileged.
Uh, in my surroundings or in general?
Generally, so or in your surroundings. So you can say, for example, David Cameron went to a really expensive public school in UK. He lived in a mansion when he was growing up, things like that. So he's a public figure. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Yeah, but someone maybe that you know. Describe someone that you know, maybe.
Do you mean I have to meet this guy, right?
Yeah, have you met someone with a silver spoon in their mouth, who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth? As in, they are from a very rich family, and maybe they find things easier.
Yes, probably I met some kind of these guys.
Okay, yeah, so, and how do they behave, yeah? So do they behave differently from someone maybe who earned the money themselves?
Definitely, they are different. They are different, and they trust in self very much indeed.
Okay, they're very self-confident, you could say, yeah? Self-confident. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, self-confident. Okay, so, Inga, do you know someone who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth?
No.
Okay, but how do you imagine they behave?
You asked me about what
Character.
mean. I think that people must be very easy about any problem, and don't mind about problems much because he is very lucky.
Okay, don't worry about problems because Daddy will sort it out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. So it kind of has a negative connotation with it because, of course, you can't decide who your family are. So if your family are rich, that's not your fault. Equally, it shouldn't be your fault if your family are not rich. It's not about that, but it has negative connotations. If you say someone's born with a silver spoon in their mouth, it sounds negative. It sounds like they're maybe not so hard working. They just have everything given to them on a plate. That's another expression.
Yes.
They have something given to you on a plate.
Silver plate.
Not necessarily
No,
silver
only
plate,
plate.
just on a plate. Yeah, so have something given to you on a plate.
Everything ready.
Everything's ready, take it. Yeah, so you don't have to work for it. You just get it given to you. So
They are lazy.
yeah, you're lazy. You just get given opportunities. Yeah, so opportunity after opportunity is given to you on a plate. The waiter is going, "Here you go, sir. Have this." Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So usually these people, it has a negative connotation because they're usually given it to them on a plate, and people think they don't work for this. Yeah, so there's a difference. Philip.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Cool. Good to speak with you.
You need to.
And where are you from?
Wait a second. I'm from
No worries,
Poland.
no worries.
Poland.
Poland. Cool. Okay, nice to speak with you, Philip. Did you understand this? To be born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
No. No.
Okay, so it means you're born. If you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you're born into a very privileged family, very rich family, and they give you a lot. Yeah, so they give you maybe dad's a lawyer, so you can become a lawyer. Things like that, yeah? So that's the connotations. So it's not always good.
I know this kind of person.
Okay, describe this person.
Odd person.
Okay, describe this kind of person. How do they behave, yeah? So how do they behave?
How they behave. They could be rude to people who are not so rich, and maybe.
Okay, yeah, so rude, they're like, look at me, I'm rich and you're not, yeah? So that's a common trait, yeah, common trait. Ali Akbar, do you know someone who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth?
Yes, I know a lot of people of this kind, because actually, not me, but a lot of my relatives are very rich people,
Yep.
and some of them were rich people.
Yep.
And my friends, for example, I lived in Baku, in capital of Azerbaijan, in a very privileged place.
Yeah.
It's Parliament Avenue, and all rich families usually even
Like
doesn't.
this center, yeah.
Yes, it's right in not right in downtown, but it's very beautiful and very expensive place.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of friends from rich families, and I can say now that I know only one man who did well with his wealth, with this money which he got from his father. All other people of this kind, they got mixed with drugs, alcohol, I don't know, with crimes, and they ended up or either in jail or dead. So,
Yeah, okay, and this is a common trait. I was going to say, because where I live in the UK, my family's completely normal, yeah, but there are lots of private schools, yeah, and lots of elite private schools where this maybe celebrities send their children, or rich family with big businesses send their children, and these people often get into drugs, get into this kind of stuff, and maybe don't do anything themselves, but rely on the money of their parents, yeah. So that's what we're trying to get with the connotation of being born with a silver spoon in the mouth has a negative connotation, even though it's no one's fault which family they're born into, yeah? So, and Ali Akbar, what do you think? So is this a generalization, would you say, or does it depend on the family?
I think that it's generalization, because rich families, rich parents usually don't have time to treat their children properly, in proper way, and they got a lot of influence from people like themselves with a lot of money, very young, very thirsty for adventures, for women or men, for alcohol, for good lifestyle, for night lifestyle, and so on. And I think that it's mostly it's environment, lack of parent
Control, yeah?
yes, control, and a lot of external influence. In this case, I understand very well Bill Gates, which said that even though I have more than $50 billion.
Getting it, yeah? Is that it?
Yes, my children are not going to get it. They will. They get, I think, 1 million per child. And he said that when I started my business, I had just a couple of thousands. So they are in much more good position than me.
You give, what is it? There's an expression, don't give the fisherman the fish, give him the tools to find the fish himself. Something like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Where don't give money, because everyone can spend money very quickly, and they won't value the money. Give them the skills to be able to make the money themselves. Yeah. So
Yes.
that's maybe something interesting. But what would you say in your countries, guys? Yeah. So celebrities and things like that. Are there any celebrities that are just famous because maybe their parents were famous? Yeah. I'm thinking of, in America, Paris Hilton. Yeah. So she's famous because her parents were like really well-known hotel people and stuff, and she's got her career on the back of this wealth and stuff. So do you have examples of of these famous people in your culture? So Yuki.
Yes, teacher Martin. How are
Okay,
you?
I'm good, thank you, Yuki. Did you understand the expression to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth? In your case,
I
silver
did.
chopsticks, Yuki.
I did not understand. I keep on trying to join your class for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah, you were in at the beginning, then you can. Okay, so
Silver
I'll
spoon.
write this down for you, Yuki, yeah, because you came later. So we'll change it to chopsticks. I think that's cool, yeah. So to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. To be born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
To be born with a silver spoon. Uh, to born as a rich baby
Yes,
like that.
Yuki. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, a rich baby. Yeah, your parents are rich, so you are born to rich parents. So you have money now immediately before you even say mama, dada, poo poo or whatever. You have money. Party. Yeah. So do you understand?
Did you ask me my own situation or
No, no,
not?
no, 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 no. We're not giving personal stories. But do you know of someone who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and how do they
Yeah, I
act?
know, I know, I know, I know.
Tell
And
us. Yeah. How do they behave? How do they behave?
behave like noblesse oblige,
Sorry.
noblesse oblige, noblesse oblige, noblesse
Noblesse
oblige,
oblige. Noblesse oblige.
noblesse oblige, noblesse oblige, noblesse
No.
oblige,
Sorry. No. Bless or
Oblige from
sorry.
France. From French.
noblesse
Oh, it's
oblige,
French. It's French.
French. Noblesse oblige.
noblesse oblige.
Okay. Okay, so could you write this
Okay,
down? It's French.
okay.
I'm not very cultured, yeah. So I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. If I was, I would speak French. Okay, so could you write this down, please, Yuki?
Uh, pardon, please speak slowly.
Please, could you type this on Verbling chat?
Bubbling chat. Okay.
Please, could you write or Google chat or Google chat? Okay, we'll come
Okay.
back.
No. Bubbling for outsider like me.
Verbling. Okay, Verbling. No worries. Okay, or Google. Yeah, you can type. Okay. So, Keen, do you know someone who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth?
Yeah, I know that man is my neighbor. I think not all of them aren't self-dependent.
Yeah.
So I think some people inherited the money and inherited the responsibility too.
Okay, yeah, so it is a big thing. And things like, yeah, so I won't tell you a personal story, but I've got a friend who was in this position where where his dad died when he was very young and did get a bit of money, yeah, at a very, very young age, yeah. And it is tricky when, for example, you're young, he got some money and maybe didn't, yeah, so it's tricky. What do you do with it? Yeah, you don't have the skills, you don't have the experience. You've got this money, but the first thing you think of is party. Yeah, so this can happen. But Keen, what would you say the difference is between someone who gets the money and earns the money themselves? So gets the money given to them and earns the money themselves.
One who earns the money by himself, he get a lot of experience. He has he is self-confident.
Yeah.
And can face any problem in work or in life in general, more than the other.
Okay, because they've got the experience, yeah, not just the money. But Keen, if you were in Bill Gates' position, if you had $50 billion and you had children, what would you want? Where would you want this money to go to? Would you want your children to have this money? Keen, if you were Bill Gates and you had $50 billion, where would you want this money to go?
Okay, I'll search for poor people or charity projects and so
Okay,
on.
yeah. Okay, yeah, so it's quite interesting what Bill Gates did. But that's something else, yeah? But now you all understand, yeah? So any
Yeah.
questions on that? To be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Okay, perfect. Let's go on. Okay, so I'll send you now a link. I don't know if I sent it to you at the beginning, but Yuki-san, did you manage to write it? Oh, by the way, Yasin is writing something. Fanfo, it says Martin says, say Papa, why Papa and Mama? What did I say? I didn't understand. Papa and Mama. I didn't know what I said. Okay, so I wish that I was born to be born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Fanfo says this, yeah? So does anyone wish they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth? Okay, does anyone wish this, yeah? So
I
I
think
don't.
everyone. I think everyone will.
I don't.
I
I
think
don't.
so.
partly, yeah.
I don't. I don't.
But to be honest, I don't either, yeah? So I have friends, quite frankly, I have friends who were, yeah? So, and to be honest, I don't feel jealous of them now, yeah? So I don't feel particularly jealous. Whereas, okay, when you're growing up, you know, and they have maybe better toys than you, and they go on nice holidays, and you're in the rain in the Lake District in a tent, you know, things like that, yeah? But now I don't feel envy. But Ali said something as well.
Yes, I think that I would like to be born as I was born,
Yeah.
so in normal family, completely normal family, and only thing which my father gave me, it's good education.
Yeah.
And in my 15, 16, he gave me just some general advices, like, listen, man, you don't have anybody to help you, and only you are the only person who can help you.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think that I would like to be born as I was born, but I would like to get this silver spoon in my 30s.
Yeah, to get the silver spoon one day, yeah, but not maybe when you're two.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right. Okay, so noblesse oblige. Like a Japanese bushido, if your rank is the highest, you have to have virtue. Okay, so Yuki, tell us about this.
That's all. That's all. This is the limit. Limit.
Okay, this is like a Japanese bushido. If your rank is the
Yeah.
highest,
Yeah. Ancient time. There is a samurai in Japan,
oh yeah,
and even though they don't have money, they are not rich, but they have to have virtue for another ranked person. Do you understand what
yeah.
I say?
Okay, yeah. So does everyone else understand?
Uh, thank you for
Okay,
thank
perfect,
you,
Yuki.
thank
Yeah.
you.
So, okay, this is interesting. Yeah. So, and how is it in Japan? Yeah. So, how do they behave, Yuki? So, if you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, how do people behave in Japan? Are they good with money? I've heard. Well, I have a Japanese girlfriend actually. Yeah. So, Japanese are very good, careful with money. Very.
I have my own opinion, but it's like extremely. So now I just shut my mouth.
Okay, no worries, Yuki, no worries. Okay, if you want to write it down, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. So Yuki, go ahead and contribute. Okay, so any more examples
Thank you.
before we go? Yeah, so before we go on.
I like an English idiom. To beat about the bush.
To beat about the bush. Yeah, to beat about the bush.
Not say something directly, but talk, and talk a lot and not say directly a thing.
Yeah, to beat about the bush or around the bush means
Which
don't
bush?
okay.
Junior or senior?
Sorry?
Which
No,
bush?
not bush as in to be on bush. Yeah,
Bush,
so
a plant between a tree and a small
Just
plant.
kidding.
yeah. Okay, so to be around the bush. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's it. You have a plant. You're going around it. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
And to put in a nutshell, this one are my favorite in British.
put it in a nutshell. So to put it in a nutshell.
To summarize something.
Summarize. So summarize. A nutshell is really small nut. Well, a nutshell is actually nut is just a really small thing, and a nutshell is really small. So you put big information into a small space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so to beat around the bush is they often say, don't beat around the bush. Tell us the problem. Yes. So if you're saying, Mum, something's not quite right at school, or Mum, something like this, or Dad, or teacher, or don't beat around the bush. Tell us the problem. Yeah, they often say this. Don't beat around the bush. As in, tell us directly. Hazel, do people in your country generally beat around the bush? We do a lot.
Depends on person, like everywhere, I think. I usually don't beat about the bush, and I don't like people who beat about the bush.
Get straight to the point, yeah?
Yes, I'm a direct person.
Okay, so Yassine, are you a direct person? Do you beat around the bush?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
When I need to beat about the bush, I do it.
Okay, when you need to, you do it. But no, when you need to get straight to the point, you do it. Yeah. So you beat around the bush if you feel uncomfortable, maybe saying your opinion straight. Yeah. So saying to your boss, this is not a good idea. You shouldn't do this. Yeah. So that maybe is somewhere where you beat around the bush a bit. So give me examples. So Inga, okay, you are. I'm trying to think of a situation you could get yourself into where you'd need to do this. So you are in. Okay. A friend says to you, Inga, I have just stolen a TV from the supermarket. Yeah, a random story. I've just stolen a TV from the supermarket. Would you beat around the bush, or would you say directly, this is a wrong thing to do?
I will say directly that you are wrong. You mustn't do it. Okay.
I would have real difficulty, yeah? So I would beat around the bush saying, well, you shouldn't really do that, you know? It's something. So I don't know, we do this a lot maybe, but it depends on the person
it's a
as well.
British thing, after all.
I'm not sure if it's a British thing, but it's certainly a marketing thing, yes? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to compare with other people, yeah? But yeah, I would say there's a certain element that you don't want to say your opinion, yeah? You want to try and get around things a lot. I would say there's a lot of that going on. I'm not saying it's a British thing. I'm just saying a lot of British people maybe don't want to get to the point. Would say things like what we're talking about with the innuendo, the pheasant plucker, this assumption song, with the humor. Would always try to get around things. Always try to get around things.
Just sorry, it depends on situation. For example, I will bring some example. Yes, at our work, we had one co-worker who smells not bad, not good. So in that time, you sure. I think everyone will agree with me that you can't say directly yes.
Yeah.
And in that case, you use that. You beat about the bush.
Things like when a friend asks you something, like, or a friend is doing something you think is really stupid. Can you say? For me, with a really close friend, you should be able to do this. But even so, it's difficult sometimes. Yeah. So if a friend says something, what do you think if I do this? And you think really in your head, don't do that. That's the worst idea you've ever come up with. Could you say to a friend this? Yeah. So let's go to Philip. So do you beat around the bush, or are you quite a direct person?
Yeah, it's for me. It depends on situation. Yeah, in fact, in a relation with this friend, yep, I try always be honest and open, say directly.
You try, but it depends on the situation. Yeah, so it depends. Gary, do you like to beat around the bush?
I'm try to.
Try to, yeah. So yeah, I need to get better at this. Yes, to get to the point and just be direct, I guess, because I think people respect direct people. Yeah, so I don't know. So whenever anyone's direct to me, I respect it in a way. Yeah, so I don't know. But Gary, what situations would you be in where you'd be more comfortable to beat around the bush or to speak directly?
I don't know what it means, bush.
Bush. Okay, so the bush is just like a plant with leaves and things, and you beat around the bush. To beat is before, for example, with pheasants, those who were in the last class, you would go pheasant beating. And pheasant beating is where you beat the bush to get the pheasants to fly and shoot them. Yeah, and to beat around the bush is you're too afraid to hit the pheasants. Yeah, you're too afraid to shoot the pheasants in the air to shoot them. So you beat around the bush. That's where I think it comes from. Yeah, so traditionally
to
we
be
used
more
to hunt
directly.
to beat around the bush, to go around the point. The point is there, and you want to get around it a bit. Yeah, so to take a diversion.
What was the question?
Do you like to beat around the bush? If your friend, okay, you're a friend of yours who's a girl comes to you and says, Gary, do I look fat in this dress? What do you say?
Of course not.
Okay, of course not.
But
I've
if she looks fat, I won't say that because she's my friend.
Okay, yeah, so I've learnt now to say just you're fat, because even if I don't think so, it's just I'd never get asked these questions anymore, and I hate these questions, yeah? So if you just say one time you're fat or something and do it with a wink or something, then it's okay. But you would beat around the bush depending on how close you are with this friend. You wouldn't say directly.
No.
Okay, that's interesting. Hazel, you said you're quite a direct person. So if I don't know, a friend says to you, "What do I look like today?" and you think she looks like, you know, death warmed up, what would you say?
If she's a very close friend, I would say, but not quite directly, because I don't like to hurt the feelings. Maybe she doesn't like, because it means that I know that person very well, if she or he, if he or she is my friend. So depend on. Some people prefer to say directly, but some not.
So it depends on your relationship with them and things. Okay, so
yes.
There's demotive. Wait, am I fat in this dress? Am I so stupid? Okay, you don't look like a handsome man, Martin. Never beat around the bush. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, so you just say straight to the point. But Yassine, do you beat around the bush? Yassine, do you beat around the bush?
As I said before, when I need to beat around the bush, I do it.
Okay, but in this situation, I mean,
because
in this situation.
In which situation? When
if a woman says to you, "Do I look fat?"
Yes, I definitely not beat around the bush. I will directly say the
she's fat.
Yeah, no. I will directly say she is not fat. Definitely, she is not fat.
Even if you think she is fat.
Yes.
Okay, you're a liar.
A liar.
Hazel, if you knew you were fat, and then you asked Yassine what he thinks, if you said, "Oh, do I look fat?" and you knew you looked fat, and he said, "No, you don't look fat," how would you react?
Oh, I hate because if I know that I'm fat, it's clear he's lying. But it's stupid to put some questions like this. If you know you are fat, why should you ask?
Emphasize it. Why emphasize it? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, guys, we're going to have a look at a list, unless anyone else knows, unless there's no more examples of idioms you know. Yeah, so we've got Nick there. Nick, are you there? Okay, we'll come back. Anyone else joined? I think that's it. Okay, so we're going to look through the list, but does anyone have any more examples of idioms?
Yeah. Can I offer one idiom?
Yes, please.
Don't eat yellow snow.
No, that's not an idiom. That's a fact. Yes, that's a statement. Okay, don't eat yellow snow. Okay, this has no other meaning. It's a
Isn't
literal
it
meaning.
idiom?
No, it's not an idiom. It's a literal meaning. Don't eat snow which someone has gone to the toilet on.
All right.
So,
I will try another one, right?
okay.
Don't push my leg.
Don't pull my leg.
Pull
Yes,
somebody's
yes.
leg.
Yeah. Don't pull my leg.
leg. What does this mean?
Don't try to make fun of me.
Yes.
Don't make a joke out of me. Yeah. So don't pull my leg. Don't joke around with me. Don't pull my leg. Yeah. So don't joke. That's what it means. Okay. So Ali Akbar was trying to pull my leg earlier by saying that joke about Bush. Yeah. So that was an example where he's trying to pull my leg.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Let's go on then. In that case, any more examples, guys? Yuki, do you know any idioms?
Unfortunately, sorry, I keep on writing
No problem.
the
Yeah,
first novelist of Bridge, but that disappeared.
no
Sorry.
worries.
And
Okay,
I cannot catch up with the class.
if you'd like, we can slow down. That's not a problem. Shall I slow down a bit, Yuki? It's no
Thank you.
problem. It's no problem. Okay, no worries. Okay, so Yuki, look at the website I've sent you.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Yuki, student. Okay, cool. No, okay.
Yes,
So
teacher Martin.
is it
I'm
sensei?
back.
or sensei? Sensei.
What? Where?
Martin Sensei is it in Japanese?
No. Sensei.
Sensei. Okay, how do I say
Sensei.
Yuki student? How do I say this in Japanese?
We don't call student.
Okay, yeah, so just for okay. Okay,
So you just call Yuki.
Yuki.
I'm your student.
Yuki-san.
Sir.
Yuki-san?
No, you don't have to say san because
Okay.
I'm your student. So you just call me Yuki.
But I respect you, Yuki, so Yuki-san, yeah?
No,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, in that case, Yuki, what does it mean, for example, if I said, I'm trying to select one, cool time, cats ask, let's play. Cheap as chips, that's a good one. Cheap as chips.
Cheap as cheap. I don't know. If something is very inexpensive,
He's
it
not
is
expensive.
as cheap as expensive. Cheap as chips.
Cheap as chips.
Cheap as chips. Water is cheap as chips.
Yeah, well, in London
Water.
it's not, yeah. So London could be the same price as Coke. I don't understand this, yeah. So, but in Japan, Yuki, water is cheap as chips, yeah.
Yes, yeah, because in Japan, water is free, and we can drink tap water.
Oh, in the restaurants and things, yeah. So cheap as
We
chips.
we don't have to drink mineral water like other country.
Yeah, so there's some law in the UK where you can't be refused water. They can't charge for tap water, but the restaurants get around this by charging for the glass. Yeah, so they can't legally charge you any money for tap water, but they charge money for the service. They have a service charge and for the glass sometimes, unless it's in most restaurants they wouldn't do this, but some restaurants it's a trend. Yeah, so. In Japan, there's a
Is
law,
it
yeah?
possible? Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Is it possible to drink tap water in UK?
Usually it's okay, yeah. So usually it's free, but I've noticed some restaurants, if you don't spend a lot of money, they charge you for the service.
I am asking for if it is healthy to drink tap water in UK.
Yep, usually so, yeah. Well, for us, I'm not sure about foreigners.
Does he ask me?
Yuki, is it safe in Japan to drink the tap water?
Yes, even in the toilet, I can drink tap water.
Yeah, but Yuki, you have strange public toilets, yeah? So, you have these toilets where you press a button Yeah, you press a button in the toilet and it goes shh. Yeah? Yeah.
And I just drinking. This is a joke. So sorry.
Yeah, like the dog. Yeah.
You know, even toilet. How do I say? How do I say in English? Let's try.
Drink.
Japanese water's quality is
made in Japan.
Same level. Even toilet, even bathroom, even
okay, so all clean.
Dishwash, all clean. Please understanding.
I understand, Yuki. Your hygiene, though, Japanese hygiene is very good. Yeah, so things like taking a shower before getting in the bath. Yeah, this I don't. And your hygiene is very good.
Yeah. While taking a shower, I can drink hot water.
We don't want to know, Yuki. Yeah, too much TMI, too much information. But
too much sorry. No. I make a joke for
the class. Yeah, you liven it up.
For class. So
Vincenzo,
sorry. Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
So, Vincenzo, are you there?
Hi.
Perfect. Nice to speak with you.
Can you? Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay. Nice to speak with you, Vincenzo. Where are you from?
I'm from Italy, from Rome.
Perfect. Cool. Okay. So we're talking about British English idioms. Do you know any?
I'm
That's a no. Yes. Okay. So okay. In that case, let's go back to the list. In that case, so Ali Akbar, do you know any more?
Yes, I know. I don't know. Is it useful in England, in UK?
Okay.
But around, for example, in USA, in other countries of European Union, it's used very frequently. For example, when you want to say that, for example, we have president of our company, but he is powerless as Queen of England.
Okay, so so you say he's powerless as the Queen of England.
Yes, that means
that something that you could say.
That power, political power in UK belongs to Parliament.
Yeah. So and not the Queen. So you could say, oh, he's got as much power as Queen Liz. Yeah. That would sound funny actually. Yes. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know this as an official idiom, but yeah, you could say that. And
we use it very often on many languages, especially in Russian.
Yeah.
In Russian, it's used very frequently, very often. In Turkish language as well.
Ali Akbar, how many languages do you speak?
I speak as native languages 3. It's Azerbaijani, it's Turkish, it's Russian. For me, it's native languages. I speak a bit Norwegian, and this is my English.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Wow. 3 native languages. I can't imagine. Is that everyone in Azerbaijan?
Yes, almost everybody, because we were part of Soviet Union. So, except our native Azerbaijani language, we had Russian language as well. In our schools, for example, I went to a Russian department of our school and studied for 11 years. After that, I went to university in Russian as well. So almost everybody in these languages.
Okay, so 3 native languages. I don't know if anyone else can compete with this, but okay. So as powerful as the Queen of England, yeah, that's a good one. So basically meaning not powerful, yeah. So as powerful as I would say as powerful as Queen Liz, yeah, to make it sound Queen Liz, or as powerful as Lizzie, meaning Queen Liz. Liz is short for Elizabeth, but it's a very common way of saying Elizabeth. Yeah, so often you can say to emphasize that she's if you want to make her seem like a normal person, say Liz or Lizzie. Yeah, as like a joke kind of thing. But okay, so cheap as chips. You understood this. That was a good example is water, but what do you say? By the way, do you know what chips are? But in British English, chips are different from American English. So
French fries?
no.
Potatoes.
Selma, do you know chips?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's the difference between chips and crisps?
Uh, chips is anything that is that contains salt, and the other crisps, I think, contains sugar.
Not quite, yeah. So I'll show you some photos. Chips are what maybe Americans call French fries, but chips are a bit different in the UK. So let me show you.
Crisps are chips in America.
Why did they show? Okay, but Americans say chips, yeah. But we say this for us. These are chips. These are chips. And it used to be these are well, that's fries, yeah. This is chips.
French fry.
Yeah. So like fried potato. You say
How
this
about
Japanese? Fried
how about
potato.
yeah,
Can you say it, Yuki? Can you say it? How do you pronounce it?
fried potato.
Yeah. Okay. This is what I love about Japanese. Yeah. Fried potato.
But this is not English.
It's Japanese.
So,
No, it's Japanese. It's cool.
Fried potato. Fried potato.
What else can I get you to say? Can you say balcony in Japanese?
Balcony.
Can you say door in Japanese?
Door.
This is why, guys, learn Japanese. It's really cool, yeah? So Japanese is cool. Okay, so fried potato. Okay, so anyway, so chip shop chips, this is what we refer to as chips. These kind of big chunky things that you buy with fish, yeah? So fish and chips. That's why we say fish and chips, because these are chips. We call what Americans call chips, we call them crisps.
Yes.
Okay?
And American says French fry to your
Americans
chips.
say French fries. Yeah, we say French fries to mean the small chips, the thin chips. These thick ones, these thick, soft ones, are definitely chips. But we'd say fries as well in McDonald's. We'd order fries, not chips. Yeah, they would say, "Would you like fries with that?" Yes, that's quite standard phrase. Cheap as chips. These used to be very, very cheap at the chip shop to buy a portion of chips. Yeah, maybe £1 or something. Yeah, before maybe even cheaper, 50p to buy a portion. So we say cheapest chips is no money. Yeah, so really, really cheap. Like chips.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Yuki.
Okay. In Japan, fish and chips is very expensive. So I cannot understand. Chips is cheap.
Okay, so in the UK, it depends. Yeah, how much yen do you pay? For fish and chips, how much is it?
Fish and chips. In yen. In euro.
Or yen, as you wish, because yeah, at the moment I think it's this. You just take off
okay, 800 yen, more than 800
so
yen.
about $8 at the moment. Yeah, so it's probably about the same. Yeah, so for just chips or fish and chips.
Fish and chips, M size, middle size.
So this is
Not
okay.
large size.
This is very similar to how much we pay. Yeah, so in the UK it's probably around £6, which is maybe about 800 yen. UK. So £6. Yeah?
We have
about £6, I would say. But it depends. It depends where you go. So cheapest chips,
okay.
but the chips would, if you buy a small portion, they used to be about 1 GP, which is maybe 120 yen.
Oh, yeah.
So cheapest chips, yeah. So it can be cheap compared with other food. But old saying, now it's not so cheap, but before it used to be very, very cheap for people, yeah? But now it's not so cheap. Fish and chips used to be maybe £2 even, yeah? So, but now it's not. Okay, so that's cheapest chips. Coast Newcastle, that's like death warmed up, yeah? I said this earlier, actually, to someone. I think I said this to Hazel. If your friend looks like death warmed up. Like death warmed up. Today I feel like death warmed up. Yeah, it's when you feel, you don't feel particularly good, yeah? So, like death warmed up. Okay, so, Inga, do you understand this? Like death warmed up.
Yes, it's like you didn't sleep.
If you didn't
all
sleep, or
night.
you feel a bit ill, yeah, feel
Ill.
a bit down
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
dumps. You feel like death warmed up, like you feel like you're dying, but you're warmed up, so you've got some energy, yeah. So to feel like death warmed up. Okay. So
You are ill. You are ill today, Martin.
not particular. I'm getting something, yes. So I feel bunged up a little bit, but it's not too bad, yes. It's okay. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but anyway. Okay, so to feel like death warmed up is to feel a bit down, yeah. To feel a bit down in the dumps, to feel a bit ill. Okay.
Okay.
Philip, do you understand? I've lost your sound. Yeah, I've lost your sound.
Okay, sorry, I was mute. Okay, I understand.
Okay, so Vivian, when I have a cold, I feel like death warmed up. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Usually when you have a cold, you feel like death warmed up. Yeah, so yeah, that's the case. Yuki, Japanese very healthy as well. Yeah, so do you ever feel like death warmed up?
Right now I feel that warmed up in your class.
Oh, Yuki's okay, no worries. Selma, do you feel like death warmed up?
Pardon? What is?
I was asking Selma, yeah? So Selma, do you feel like death warmed up sometimes?
Yes, these days I feel under weather. I mean, that warmed up.
You feel like death warmed up, yeah? What causes this?
Sorry, teacher?
What causes this, yeah? So what causes you to feel like death warmed up?
Having a terrible cough.
Having a cough, yeah? Having a cough.
Well, maybe 3 or 4 per 10 minutes.
Sorry? Yeah, so having a cough, not feeling as normal. Yeah, that's the key thing. Not feeling as normal is okay. So it's to feel like death warmed up. Yeah, not to feel like normal. Okay, keen. Do you know what this word means? Keen. Okay, I guess everyone knows. Hazel, do you know this? Do you ever feel like death warmed up?
Sometimes when I have insomnia, the second day I feel like death warmed up.
Like death warmed up, yeah. Oh, yeah, tired or something. Yes. It
Yes.
happens if you don't sleep so well, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yes. And generally, do you sleep well, Hazel?
Generally, yes, but sometimes I have insomnia.
Okay, sometimes, yeah. So,
Yes.
but generally, you speak.
And stay on burbling when I have insomnia.
Perfect. And hope you don't sleep, yeah. Or does this help you go to sleep? Yeah, is that what it is? Go to bed. I've got insomnia. Okay, this what I do is put Martin in my ear, and then suddenly. Okay, Vivian said, "Do we have an idiom for that, Martin? For recovering from death?" A death warmed up. He feels. Not on top of the. No, I don't think so. I don't think you can say something in the opposite way. Okay, so like death warmed up. That's a common one. Ali Akbar. Do you ever feel like death warmed up?
Actually, it's my usual feeling because I mostly work at nights, and most part of my work start between 12 at night and finishes about 4, sometimes 5, maybe 6 in the morning. And it depends on where am I. So I travel to Norway very often. My girlfriend lives in Oslo, and it's when I'm in Oslo, it gets a bit easier for me because of difference between time zones. But,
so yeah, so this kind of when you're
yes,
traveling a lot, yes.
Yeah, but when I'm in Azerbaijan or in some near country, for example, Georgia, Russia, or so on, then I'm forced to work at nights, and usually by morning I feel like death. What? Death? What?
Warm.
Death warmed up. Yeah.
Yes, death warmed up. Exactly.
Okay, so Mira said, I like death warmed up. I feel like death warmed up when I am angry because I just can't explain. Yeah, it's when there's no particular reason, yeah? So there doesn't have to be a particular reason. Just don't feel normal. And Yuki, can I please correct you? You are not a beginner. You keep saying, I am a beginner, I am a beginner, I am a beginner. You are not a beginner, Yuki. Do you understand?
I understand, Teacher Martin. Thank you, thank you.
Good. Okay, glad. I never want to read this phrase again on Verbling Chat. Oh, I am a beginner, yeah? You are not a beginner, Yuki, okay? Good. Okay, so...
Yes,
Yuki.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hi, yeah? Okay, so, let's go to the next expression. By the way, Philip, I didn't ask you, so do you know what this means? To feel like death warmed up?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you understand, yeah? Do you ever feel like this? Do you ever get these days where you feel maybe not so
Yeah,
well? Or...
yeah. I have the situation when I know, play football, something, exercise really hard, and next day I feel really...
Like death warmed up, yeah? You just, yeah, that's the kind of thing, yeah? So if you do something a lot, yeah, football or whatever, next day you feel, oh God, you know, oh yeah, this kind of feeling. Okay, so we'll do a couple more from this list and then we'll call it a day. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Do a runner, yeah? Do a runner. To do a runner.
Without paying.
Do you understand? So this happens. So for example, you're in a restaurant and you could say to your friend, let's do a runner. Yeah, this doesn't happen.
Don't pay and run.
Don't pay and run off. Yeah, don't pay and run off. Do a runner. Yeah?
Yes.
So, Inga, have you ever done a runner? Please, can someone say they have, yeah? Has someone got an interesting story? Don't say, no, I haven't, yeah? So, Inga, have you ever done a runner?
Sorry, what does it mean?
Okay, is you've run away from something without paying.
It means steal something?
That could be that, or for example, you go from a restaurant without paying.
Oh no.
Okay, you're honest.
Never.
I've never done it actually, yeah, so okay, I'm corrupt. I haven't paid for train tickets all the time, yeah, I'll hold that one, but I haven't done a runner as such. Yuki has written us a message. Good, yes, I'm not a beginner. You have to chant it every morning to the mirror, to the mirror. I'm not a beginner, I'm not a beginner, I'm not a beginner. Perfect. And your writing is much better than my writing. Yeah? I won't show mine, but my writing is very, very bad. Okay, Yuki-san, have you ever done a runner?
Pardon.
Have you ever done a runner, Yuki? Have you run away without paying? Without paying?
Without paying.
Without paying. Yes.
Without paying.
Without paying money.
Sorry, I cannot catch up with your.
Okay, so
idiom.
You are in a restaurant. You are in a restaurant eating sushi or something. Okay, and then you. In fact, no, it's different. Yeah, so you have these sushi trains. So you pay as you go, or you pay afterwards. Yuki, do you pay afterwards or before?
Pay off with like
In the sushi
no money.
yes? You pay after, yeah.
Pay off is like run away without paying money.
To do a runner is to eat the food and then run off, or sneak, not maybe run, but sneak off. Yeah, sneak away. To do a runner.
Okay.
Vivian, I'm determined. Yeah, well, this is how we're going to find out.
To tell you the truth.
I'm doing my public service. Yeah, so I'm working for the police. No, okay, Yuki.
Okay. It's time is up. Thank you.
Okay, guys, you have to bribe me not to send this to your authorities. Yes. Okay, guys, take care. Good to speak with you, and hopefully speak to you tomorrow or somewhere. Take care, guys.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Martin.
Please.
Yes, I have one question.
Okay.
How can I figure out where is? You said talk to you via Facebook.
Yeah, just send a message on Facebook, okay?
Ah,
Do you
okay.
have my name? Martin Stone of Verbeling, okay?
Sorry, can we write it in chat?
Yeah, sure. I've just clicked the leave hangout, and I don't know if I can cancel it. One sec. Right. Oh yeah, okay. So, Martin Stoner, verbally. Everyone, add me to Facebook if you can. Okay.
Okay.
Take care, guys. Okay. Speak to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.